Hello everyone. Hola, bonjour, ciao, habari in Swahili, and konnichiwa in Japanese. Hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing? I hope that you guys are transitioning over to this new cycle that we are beginning, this new decade that we are beginning. I know it's been difficult for a lot of people to make the shifts and the changes, but don't beat yourself up. Take your time with it, and it'll all fall into place once you let go or stand out of your own way. So hello and welcome all. For those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Isabella, and I am an intuitive empath and Reiki master and teacher, and the owner of Reikibyisabella. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you coming by and chatting with me for a little bit. So, I had pulled a couple of cards a little bit earlier before I started this video, because I was just trying to see what is it that we really want to talk about today. You know, what does Spirit want me to talk about today? And this has been coming up in my awareness, and actually has been the theme in the last week or so with a lot of my clients, and also what the collective may be going through, as well as myself. And as an intuitive empath, I can feel a lot of what the collective is going through and experiencing it myself. So what I wanted to talk about today was kind of like a continuation of the last video, where we were talking about closing out old cycles in 2019 and beginning to start the new cycles here in 2020, the new decade, standing in our power, speaking our truth. Okay, this is what this whole new cycle is about. It's about us becoming who we are meant to be, truly. Now looking to step in our power totally and express our truths, so that we can continue to evolve into the person that we're supposed to be becoming. So the cards that popped out, and again, this has to go hand in hand with what we were talking about in the last video, cycles. And this is actually how I came up with this topic for today and what we wanted to discuss, because I asked Spirit, what should I talk about today? And this was the card that came up. So cycles, again, this is about us ending old cycles and beginning new cycles, stepping in our power, speaking our truth, and beginning to truly see things for what they are, changing our perception from all of the illusions and masks that a lot of people have portrayed or perceived, and actually seeing things for what they truly are, seeing the truth. So in the process of this transformation that a lot of us are going through, we're being presented with a lot of challenges, a lot of mental conflict, a lot of introspect of what is truly going on with us. It's leaving a lot of people confused, a lot of people unsure, fearful. A lot of us are even becoming anxious and dealing with a lot of anxiety. So the card that came up, again, what we're talking about is cycles. I courageously accept change and step into the unknown. Today, I welcome the circle of life, ever turning and renewing the seasons of my human existence. Exactly. And that is what this cycle is all about. Stepping into our power, and as they say here, renewing the seasons of our human existence. Our human existence. And our evolution is really about us awakening and becoming aware and understanding and knowing who we truly are. When we get into stuck cycles or stuck periods in our life, it's because we're not in alignment with our truth and who we are as people. You know, what are we here for? Who are we? What is the purpose of our existence? So this whole transformation from old to new is really confusing a lot of people. It's really keeping people in a confused state of being. It's kind of like what it feels like from my own experience, but also from what I'm picking up from the collective, is it's like one foot is still stuck in the past, in the old way, in our old way of being and thinking, because it was comfortable. We were familiar with it. It was the way we'd been for so long, right? And then the other foot is stepping into the new beginnings, the new cycle. The excitement is there to start fresh, to start new, and to look forward to all of these changes, these amazing positive changes that we are getting ready to make. But again, we're in this space of like trying to figure out what's going on. It's kind of like we're reflecting. At the same time we're reflecting, we're looking back, which is reflecting, obviously. So we're reflecting, we're trying to figure things out, we're trying to understand what it is that's going on. We're questioning ourselves, we're questioning our choices and our decisions. We're looking back and reflecting again on the things that we went through in our lives, and because we have this clear sense of knowing or trying to understand anyway, why we went through those experiences, where it all came from, how a lot of those experiences have shaped us into who we are right now. But once we get into this place where we are now, of the beginning of a spiritual awakening, all of this stuff is starting to come up to the surface so that we can acknowledge it and to see what it's all about. You know, who were we then? Who are we now? Who are we becoming? We're becoming an evolved and better version of ourselves. But the challenge, and what I see with so many people, is stepping out of our own way and getting past the old, stagnant being, who we were before, how we made decisions and choices, why we made those decisions and choices, what we want to change, what we need to change. But it's just taking those steps to starting the changes, beginning the changes. And this is where we get stuck, because it's like, well, when I'm awakening now, so I kind of notice all of this stuff, and all of these experiences that I've gone through. And when you come into this awakening, this new knowing of who you are, of course, it's stepping into your power now and speaking your truth and living your truth and being in your truth. You start to wonder, well, what the hell was wrong with me? Why did I do those things? Why did I make those choices? Why did I make those decisions? Because we can see it now with this mental clarity of like, wow, like, really? Why did I do those things, right? But at the time we were going through it, we didn't know any of that. We were just going through it because it was experiences that we needed to go through so that we can learn from them. So now when we come into this awakened state, we can see it for what it truly was. And a lot of that, again, was just illusions, things that we created in our mind, you know, the masks that we wore and other people wore to be accepted, to fit in, you know. But were we really? We really weren't, because we weren't really happy when we were doing all of that stuff. We may have been temporarily feeling okay, you know, but again, this is all about us getting and gaining that clarity, that mental clarity, and seeing what it was that we've done in the past that we no longer wish to bring into this new beginning, that we want to change, that we want to be done with, be finished with. It's our soul, spirits, our soul and our spirit, our essence, telling us it's time for us to end all of that. It's just tiring to keep staying in that stagnant energy, because it really is not helping us move forward. And that's where the excitement comes in now. We're that other foot that is stepping into the future, to the new cycle, to the new you, that you truly feel excited and wanting to start. But it's just this old stuff that's still holding us back. So I know I'm going on and on and on. And again, for those of you who don't know, a lot of times I'm channeling, so stuff will just come through. I don't even know what I'm saying half the time, but it comes through. It'll make sense at some point. But basically, that's what I wanted to speak a little bit about today, just to let you all know that it's perfectly natural. You're okay. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay? You are trying to shed an old way of being so that you can step into the new you. And that's our challenge. That's our test. We need to see how far we really have come. Okay? And it's not about judgment or, in any way, because everybody heals at their own pace. What's going on right now and why so many people are feeling like everything is hitting them, colliding in one shot. All of this stuff from our past and old cycle is coming up to the surface now. And it's like, okay, we need to see this stuff. We need to really take a good hard look at these things, these situations, these experiences, these choices, these decisions that we made, and the ones that we are holding on to and suppressing that really need to be healed and released are coming at us really hard. And that's why so many people are feeling like this. It's just like they're exhausted. They just are unsure of what to do next. What do I do? Do I go? Do I stay? Do I stay? Do I go? Do I move forward? Do I go backwards? It's just a lot of mental conflicts that you're putting on yourself, right? Just look at it this way. We're getting ready now to step into a brand new cycle. And rather than looking at it as more work than what we would like it to be, it's really not work. It's really just preparing you. By all of it surfacing up and hitting you all at once, it's kind of like, just let's heal this stuff and get rid of it. Let's just get rid of it. I know easier said than done, right? Of course, it's easier said than done. I could sit here and turn blue in the face and tell you. But you ultimately have to be the one to make those changes. You ultimately have to be the one to be ready to take the next steps. All right? So this is really a time for us to really look at that stuff. Just really look at that stuff. Really acknowledge that stuff. Make a list of the things that are coming up. Stay in that energy so that you can feel it, understand it. Ask spirit, your guides, your team, whoever you believe in, to help you gain clarity on what your next steps are. And just be ready to allow it to happen. It's just more about trusting, believing that it's all happening, because you're getting ready to step into the new you, the better version of yourself. And as scary as that may seem, it's going to be amazing. You have to just believe that it will be by stepping out of your own way. And as those things appear in your consciousness and your awareness, just look at them. Observe those past behaviors. See why all of that stuff has happened. But you got to be with it. You got to stay with it. That means just being with yourself. And a lot of people don't want to be with themselves because they're afraid to see themselves. So I don't want you to judge yourself I don't want you to be hard on yourself when these things come up into your awareness, because they will. They'll feel really harsh, because as we're awakening, you'll feel like, what the hell is wrong with me? Why would I have done that? Why did I put up with that? Why did I continuously keep myself in that low vibration? Why did I keep attracting those people, those situations? Why? And you start putting all of this unnecessary blame on yourself. Don't do that. It's not about blaming yourself. You have to understand, when we come into this world, it's kind of like we develop amnesia in a sense. It's kind of like it's an amnesia. We don't remember, okay? We've come from many different places. And if you believe in past lives, there's a lot of past lives and ancestral stuff that we're carrying within ourselves that we need to heal, so that we can stop that old cycle from continuing. And what I find is the new generation, the children of today, are all old souls. And they're here to create the new world, as crazy as that may sound. So we just have to end those old cycles and those old patterns that were carried down from generation to generation, so that we can help the younger generation, the new world, to understand things differently than we may have been taught to understand or taught to believe. And we let it all define who we are. But I know I'm jumping back and forth here. I don't know why, just whatever comes through comes through. So the other card that popped out was perseverance. Perseverance. Today, I remain focused on the vision of my heart's desire. I take one step at a time, trusting the divine as my navigator, ever constant, steering me in the right direction. So you don't have to put all of this pressure on yourself. You don't have to give yourself a deadline. You don't have to beat the hell out of yourself and blame yourself for the things that you may have done, or the choices that you may have done, or the decisions that you have made. Don't. Embrace it all. Make all of it your strength. Because all of that is going to help you create this amazing version of who you are. Let that stuff come up to the surface. Write about it. Record it. Allow yourself to reflect upon it. Because we need to reflect upon it to completely understand it, so that we know what we did, how we did it, why we did it, why it happened, so that we don't allow it to continue into the new cycle. Okay? We have to really allow ourselves to just look at it and say, yeah, I might have made some pretty bad decisions and choices in my life with people, places, and things. I went through a lot of heartbreak, a lot of emotional ups and downs, been disappointed, been hurt, been abandoned, been rejected, all of these things that we feel about ourselves or felt. And it put us in a place of low vibration or insecurities, and all of these things. They were all illusions. They were just creations, things that we put in our own mental mind, our consciousness. We created a lot of that because of those experiences. We felt this way or that way. That's how we felt about ourselves, because we didn't know any better. But as you go through life, you know that you're better than that. You deserve more than that. And a lot of that was just projections and things that were placed upon us by ancestors and family and lifeline and what they knew and so forth and so forth. And it was just embedded and programmed into our cell memory. But we had to go through all of those experiences again to get to this place of now reflecting. We're at this awakened state, and that's what this new cycle is about. when we get to a place of accepting ourselves for who we are, yeah, there may be still some healing that we need to do, and that's perfectly okay. We're going to be healing and learning for the rest of our lives. But when this stuff comes up into your consciousness and your awareness, look at it. Really, really look at it. What is being told to you? What is being shown to you? What is it about all of those experiences that you learned? What do you not want to carry with you into this new cycle? Why do you fear the change? Why? That's what you really want to look at. Why do you fear it? Change is supposed to happen. Without change, we cannot evolve as a human. Our souls cannot evolve. We're born with a body. The body, that's our shell. That's what we use to carry ourselves through life. But our soul never dies. It never dies. We are born over and over again. For people who believe in past lives, it's our soul's evolution. It's what we carry within ourselves. And maybe there was lessons and things that we didn't learn in those past lives. And again, it could also come from ancestors, our parents, their parents, so forth and so on, that was carried down from generation to generation. It wasn't even us. It wasn't us. But what happens is, in a time of being unawakened and unaware, time periods change over life. Lifetimes change. In a lot of those past lives, those time frames, they weren't awakened. Or if they were awakened, they had to keep themselves shut down. They couldn't really truly be who their true essence is, who they are, who their soul is, who their spirit is, who they truly are, because of society. They had to conform. They shut themselves down. So it's kind of like we're reborn over and over and over and over. To get to this place right now that we're at now, in this time frame, in this wave, whatever you want to call it. I know it sounds crazy as hell, but this is the awakened time. What is it that they call it? I don't really, it's the time, the Aquarius, the time of the Aquarius, or something like that. I don't know. It's something, but that's pretty much what it is. It's like everyone is becoming awakened now. They're starting, most people, I want to say most people, this is the time where so many of us are becoming awakened. And that's why we're challenged the most. Because we have become aware that all of those old patterns and conditioning and beliefs, limited beliefs from generation to generation, ancestors, we're just illusions and creations that people created themselves to conform to their time period, their society, whatever it is. And we have that here as well. A lot of us can't really truly be who we are, because we feel like we have to hide that part because people are not going to accept us. But that's what this whole awakening is about. Getting to that place where it's like, I don't want to hide myself anymore. I don't want to dim my light anymore. I don't want to feel stuck and be put in this stagnant place. I want to heal all of that stuff, all of those experiences. And I want to heal the experiences of my parents and their ancestors, where they didn't know any better because they were unawakened. They were unaware. And they just went through society the way that they did. Again, it's different time eras. There was times where, if you spoke of spirituality, or you had these gifts within yourself that you couldn't even use or show to the world because they would burn you at the stake or hang you. You know, so that's where it all starts. It's like we're being shut down. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth, okay? It's like we were shut down. And again, our soul never dies. It just continues to be rebirthed over and over and over. You know, and this is the time frame right now where there are so many more people who are awakened. And we're starting to remember that amnesia is being lifted, which makes it exciting. But it's still this 3D, you know, physical world right now. The ego. All of these things that are holding us back from really, truly connecting to that part of who we are. So I don't want you to create so much mental conflict over it. I want you to just embrace it, reflect on it, and just look at it more as, wow, I'm reflecting back. Yeah, I made some bad decisions and choices and whatever else in my life and went through this and went through that. But look how far I've come. I can actually sit here now and speak to you. I can actually tell someone that I'm awakened. I'm me. I'm becoming me. I'm creating this better version of who I am. And that is going to bring us closer and closer to our true existence of who we truly are. And the more that we stand in our power and the more that we speak our truth about how we feel, truly feel about whatever we're going through, when we can actually look back at things and say, I was hurt, felt like I was abandoned, rejected, insecure because of those experiences that we went through. But all of that stuff has made me stronger. It's helping me come to this state of awakening and understanding that all of that stuff is not real. We created it. We went through it. And it happened and showed up in our environment, in our consciousness, in our awareness, in our experience. But it doesn't have to define who we are. It's just showing us who we are, becoming who our truth is, and taking away the guilt and forgiving yourself, forgiving others. And I know I've talked about this in the past too. And forgiveness is not about saying it's okay to have gone through whatever you went through, especially if it was a bad experience. It's more about releasing the energy around the forgiveness, taking the power away from it so it doesn't control us or define us. Yes, I forgive myself. I forgive others. I forgive it all. I surrender it. I let it go. Let it go and surrender. Don't let it hold you back, because you're all better than that. You are. You're divine. And you're awakening and remembering who you really are. So we went on and on there, didn't we? So anyway, I'm going to pull a card from, which deck do I want to pull from? I think I want to pull from Spirit Message. Spirit Messages. I love, this is a new deck. I love this deck. I felt very, very connected to it. One of my clients had brought it to me, her deck, and as soon as I touched it, it was like, wow, I felt like this instant connection to it. So I ended up ordering one for myself, and as soon as it came in the mail, I felt completely connected to it. So I guess I was supposed to have it. So, you know, I don't want you to take things so seriously. Try not to be so serious. Stop creating all this mental conflict, this unnecessary mental conflict. There's no need to. You know, you have to look at yourself and say, yeah, I made some mistakes in my life. I made some bad choices and bad decisions. You know, I was hurt really bad through experiences that I went through. They've shut me down. I haven't really been able to understand who I truly am because I let all that stuff define me. Reflect on the things that are surfacing, because a lot of stuff is surfacing at this time because we have to recognize it. The universe wants us to clear the slate. They want us to clear our old slate, our old cycle, so that we do not carry it into this new cycle. Because what happens, and what I'm feeling and what I'm hearing and what, you know, most other healers and people are talking about is, if we don't clear the old cycle, the old way of being, you know, the old conditioning and limited beliefs, and we continue to carry that into this new cycle, this new beginning, it's going to carry through for another 30 years. For a long time. So that's why it's coming so hard and so fast. You know, so don't look at it as torture, even though it may feel like it, and you're losing sleep over it, and you're up all damn night thinking about it. It's okay. Just forgive yourself. It's okay. You didn't know any better. Forgive. I know it's easier said than done, but it really does make a big difference when we can release the energy around that. We really can release the energy around that. It does help us to feel lighter. When we forgive, we can feel lighter. And again, it's not about saying it's okay. It's just about letting go of the energy and the power that it's taken over us. You know, the thing that we need to work most on in this time is strengthening our core, our solar plexus, which is our belly, our solar plexus, the stomach area. That is our will. That is our strength. That is our power. Okay? When we have a lot of issues in that area, it's because we're giving our power away. And when I say giving our power away, it can mean a couple of different things, but it's all the same. Giving our power away is kind of like when we're constantly in this mindset where we are always worrying about what everybody else thinks about us, or what everybody else is doing, and we're letting all of that stuff affect us. We're losing sleep over it. It's constantly in our mind. We're giving our power to it. We're giving our power to our thoughts as well. So the things that we think about, constantly think about, we're giving our power to that. You're giving your power away. And the more you continue to give your power away, the harder it is for you to be balanced, grounded, feel good, because now you're just depleting a big part of what you need to exist, to live, to move forward, our power. And we become weakened by it. We are exhausted, you know, we feel lost, we feel confused, and it's because we disconnect it from our own personal power by allowing people, situations, things, thoughts to overwhelm us, to give our power to it. And so now we're so tired from it, we don't have any energy for ourselves. So it's really connecting to the core of who you are, connecting to your power, which again sits in your stomach area, in your belly, in the solar plexus. And the color that is represented by the solar plexus is yellow. Wearing yellow helps to strengthen our core. Exercising, doing core exercise helps us to strengthen our core. Saying positive affirmations about our power and taking our power back. And I'll do a video where I will show you and tell you affirmations that you can use, things that you can do to strengthen the different areas in our chakras. But I think right now the main one that I really want to focus on is our solar plexus, is our stomach area, that chakra. Because that is our will, that is our strength, that is our power. And we need to be, in order for us to stand in our power, we need to strengthen our core, okay? And that comes with a lot of positive affirmations, core work. You know, you could even, and I might have mentioned this in other videos, where if you cards the floor, rub your hands together and create this heat. It's energy, right? And this is what we use in Reiki. It's energy. You know, it's universal life force energy that we are bringing in to transmit to our clients, our patients, you know, whatever you refer to them as. So what you do is you just kind of like take that, I'm going to push it down a little bit, and you go and you place it here, right here on your core, on your solar plexus, right? This is a healing method that you can use, and I use a lot in my healing sessions. You take some deep cleansing breaths. Hold it, and then just exhale. You can do a circular motion. If you go counterclockwise kind of helps release that energy that's stuck in there, okay? Going clockwise helps to strengthen the energy in that core, okay? So doing things like this will help you to strengthen your core. But it's really about you believing and trusting and standing in your power. And the more that you do that, the stronger your core will become. Okay, so positive affirmations, and I'll do a video where I will give you examples of affirmations that you can use, and some healing. It's working with the energy, because everything is energy, learning how to release that energy so you don't hold on to it. Different things that you can do, different techniques that you can do, but again, I will do that in a future video for you. And I would like to do that with all of our chakras, just strengthening, clearing, releasing. So let's pull a card. And that was pretty heavy, wasn't it? But I don't want you to feel like it was heavy. My nose is glowing. It's glowing. Shiny. I want you to look at it as difficult, because it's even though it feels like it's challenging and it's exhausting, you know, anytime we have to look at ourselves to see the truth of who we really are, or who we were, because it really wasn't us. We just let those experiences define who we are. It really wasn't us. And you know how you know it's not you? Everybody has a conscience, you know. You're gonna feel bad. But really the trick is just to release it, so you don't hold on to it. Forgive yourself, forgive others. But when we know we've healed something in our life from past experiences, you know when it has come into your awareness, and you can actually look at it with peace, forgiveness. That's how you know you released. That's how you know you're healed. If a situation or thought or experience comes back into your awareness, and you're starting to feel all those emotions again, you know, those confusing emotions, those difficult emotions, those challenging emotions, then you have not healed it yet. So that means you need to just go back to it and start all over again. It's okay to start all over again. You know, everybody starts to beat themselves up, and I see this a lot, even like in clients. It's like they beat themselves up because they start on this journey, this healing journey, and they're doing amazing and they're doing awesome, and then life happens, right? Life is gonna happen. You know, life is gonna happen. This is not about, you know, you start a spiritual journey and you're good. No, you know, the spiritual awakening is more about us becoming more connected to our divine source, our divine being, who the essence of our truth is, who we are as individuals, our truth, not us defining ourselves by what other people think we're supposed to be, or all of the situations. It's more being in alignment with who you truly are. And that's what this whole journey is about. Becoming aware and awakening by those experiences is helping us to get to this place of knowing and understanding who we are. Okay? So it's more about that than anything else. So you're human first, right? You're human first. Yeah. The spirituality comes through our experiences. It comes through the things that we learn about ourselves and how we connect and how we release and how we heal, you know, and not hold on to when we can get to that place of being aware of that stuff is just there being shown to us. Again, it's all illusions. It's illusions created not only by you, but everybody else in your life, circumstances, situations. It's not real. Okay? When we can get to that, it feels real. Yeah, I know. And I can sit here and say that, and people are like, well, you know, I felt it. Of course it was real. It didn't feel good. You know? I went through some hell. Yeah. Again, it's energy. It's experiences. And it is lessons that we're supposed to learn. We're not supposed to hold on to them. We're supposed to release them. You know? And this is what this whole journey is about. Getting to this place of becoming awakened enough to know that all of that stuff was put in our path for a reason, so that we can learn and grow as individuals, and we can get to a place of being completely in connection with who we truly are. When we get to that place of being in alignment with our truth and who we are, and that means standing in your power, speaking your truth, living your truth. Okay, and you're going to know what that is once you go through those experiences, and you can, as what's happening to a lot of people now, start to reflect on the things that are showing up in your consciousness, your awareness, things that are being shown to you, you know, for you to look at. You know, we don't have to relive it. We just have to acknowledge it and feel it, so that we can release all of the energy surrounding it and not bring it with us. Okay? Again, this journey is not about us letting experiences define us. It's not about the pain and the hurt. Yes, all of that stuff is there to teach us, give us strength, and move us forward and help us to evolve. We're not supposed to stay in that energy. We're supposed to just learn from that energy. So again, when this stuff comes up into your consciousness, like I said, it's like that 1 foot in, 1 foot out, right? It's like, I'm excited about all these new changes and things that I want to do now. And you know what it is you want to do and what you don't want to bring with you anymore, right? You know, because how do you know? Because of all those experiences you went through. You're at this place now of understanding, awareness. That stuff didn't feel good to me. I learned whatever I was supposed to learn. Maybe you didn't, but you wouldn't be in this place of questioning it and having it in your awareness if you didn't understand or learn something from it, okay? The challenge and the test right now is what I'm finding is to take all of that stuff that's coming into our awareness from the old self, from the old cycle, and looking at it and say, now, okay, I see this for what it is. I know what it is that I truly want and what I don't want. And I don't want to carry this stuff forward into my new life. I want to take the steps. And they could be little baby steps, because that's what you want to start with anyway, little baby steps. Little baby steps. You're taking little baby steps, one thing at a time, one thing at a time. But the first thing you need to do is understand this stuff is coming up for a reason. And take one thing at a time. Reflect on it. Connect with it. Understand. Recognize what it's showing you. Because you already know. You already know. A lot of this reluctance to move forward is more about the fear of moving forward. False experiences appearing real. Fear. That is what fear stands for. Again, false experiences appearing real. They feel real as hell because we were going through it. And they were real. But again, they were illusions, creations, things that we were shown by other people. Experiences that were carried down from generation to generation. that had never been healed. And here we are trying to heal it. And we're supposed to, at this time, be again the age of the Aquarius. That's what it was. The age of the Aquarius. It's a new age. It's a new beginning. It's a new cycle. We are, as humans, as the collective, we are more aware now than we ever have been in past lives, past times. But in order for that to appear and to come into fruition, this awareness, this new awareness, this newfound awareness that all of us are going through, we have to make it real. We have to believe that this is really what it is. It's not those illusions anymore. It's not those past limited beliefs or conditioning from other people. This is real. And it's going to feel amazing. And when it feels amazing, that is the truth. That is where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be doing, and who you are. Because it feels good, it feels right. Pure feels pure. Pure love. Okay? So when we come to this place of awareness, it's because we have come to a place of loving ourselves. And we start the ripple effect. Once we start that unconditional love for ourselves, it just gets rippled into existence and passed on from one person to the next. And this is how it all begins, right? If you think about it, it's like we're carrying shit from our ancestors that was carried down from generation to generation. From, it's in our cell memory, in our cell memory, it's in our energy field. It's what we've been carrying down from generation to generation. It's not even our shit. It's not our shit. Maybe that'll help you get past it. Look at it that way. It's not my shit. It's not my karma. And again, karma is the consequences of our actions. There's good karma and there's bad karma. Okay? I don't even want to say good or bad. Negative and positive karma. Okay? So again, we're carrying this shit from generation to generation. It's not even our stuff. And that's what this whole awakening is about. It's about us recognizing that and seeing that it's not our stuff. It's not our karma. It's their karma. We create our own karma by our own consequences of our actions. Okay, so whatever we created ourselves, what we created ourselves, is our karma, and what we need to fix within ourselves or gain, which is the positive karma. Good actions, positive karma. Negative actions, negative karma, right? We need to clear all of that. We need to clear our karma. This journey is about us, not about them. Okay, it's about us. So whatever we created in our existence is what we need to clear and move forward with. Did I just confuse the hell out of you? I hope not. And I hope you understand what it is that I'm trying to say. Again, it's about this new cycle. And the reason why I started this video today was because it's what I'm getting from the collective and what I'm getting from my own clients is people are in this crossroad right now. It's like the past colliding with the future, right? It's the fear of moving forward because the past is still holding us back. It's looking at the past and beating the shit out of ourselves because we made bad choices and decisions. But no, don't look at it that way. Look at it as they were learning experiences. What I choose to do with that moving forward is completely up to me. Only me. Only me. This is about you. My nose is really looking shiny. The light needs to be changed a little bit. But do you understand what I'm saying? I hope that you understand what I'm saying. And I won't go on and on and on. This is going to turn into another 1.5-hour video. Let's pull a card. All right? But I want to leave that with you. I want you to understand that you're not the only one going through this. So many people are in this, including myself. I was ending a lot of old stuff in my in 2019 that was no longer serving me, and stood in my power, spoke my truth, and this is what's setting the wheels in motion now for the future. You know? So it's more about you coming into this place and time, recognizing all of the things from your past that weren't really even your shit. Really, it wasn't. It was just stuff that was carried down to you, and you just carried it, you know, and let it define you, or let it affect you, or whatever you did. And of course, it's going to affect you. We're human, right? You know, I'm not saying that it's not going to affect you. It's real when you're feeling it. But again, it's just it's illusions. It's masks. It's energy was created from others, you know, and others' situations and others' beliefs. This is a time of awakening and understanding that we create our realities. We're the co-creator of our lives. And when you can stand out of your way, step out of your way, accept you for who you truly are, love you, okay? The universe is going to step in and help guide you through the rest of your life. You know, that's the good karma. Again, karma is the consequences of our action. Negative and positive. Negative equals negative. Positive equals positive. It's changing the negative and making it positive. When you can heal the negative karma, now you're creating positive karma. And then positive stuff starts showing up in your existence, in your life. And this is the card that popped up. Gratitude. Do you see? Gratitude, that's so important. So instead of beating yourself up for choices and decisions and experiences and things that you've gone through in your lifetime, that you let yourself be defined by because you weren't at this place of awakening yet, be grateful. Be grateful for it, because it is helping to shift your energy and helping you to become who you truly are, standing in your truth and your power, right? So let me put my glasses on and read it. Told you, I'm not in denial any longer about needing reading glasses. I can see again. All right, so this is from, again, my Spirit Messages Oracle deck, the ones that I've really connected to. So, again, gratitude. Life is one big, continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what's in your life instead of complaining about what you don't have. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance. Absolutely. The more gratitude, the more abundance, the more prosperity, right? The more gratitude of our past experiences and being grateful for those people and places and things that were energy. Be grateful for it because it's helping you become who you are right now. So let me go more in detail of what gratitude, what they want, what spirit wants you to understand, what the message is in its entirety. So gratitude. Life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what's in your life instead of complaining about what you don't have. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance. The spirit world has sent you this card to demonstrate that we hear your requests. We want to remind you that if you want to manifest something, then you have to start by appreciating all the abundance and goodness that's around you. Be thankful for your health, your children, sunny days, your garden, your family and best friends, and even the person who smiled at you for no reason. Grateful, right? Be grateful. The more joy you begin to notice and appreciate, the easier it becomes for you to experience more happiness, abundance and prosperity, and most important, love. There are various kinds of prosperity and abundance, so by just saying thank you and holding those words inside until they resonate with your soul, This will strengthen the positive connections and intentions of others to impact your life. Equally, it's all right to thank yourself. Thank yourself. You did it. You did it. You went through it. You're learning. You're experiencing. You did this. You did it. You're growing. If you've done something positive for yourself, then pat yourself on the back and say, I thank me. After all, you deserve it. You should pat yourself on your back anyway. Because you made it to this point in your life. You made it to the place of starting to become aware and awakened, right? And that's what this whole journey at the end of the day is about. Coming back to who we are. And that means going through all the things we went through so we can learn who we are presently. The challenge and the test is, do I take those experiences from my past cycle, and take it into my future because it's comfortable and familiar? Or do I take those experiences, make them my strengths, learn from them, and use them to move you forward? I would pick that one. That's the one you want to pick. But again, everyone is in different places in their lives. So whoever it resonates with, whoever this resonates with, know that you have done an amazing job. You're doing amazing. Don't beat yourself up. Take all of that stuff that's coming up in your consciousness, all of those old things that seem like they're resurfacing, and look at them for what they truly are. Understand that they're showing up because the universe wants you to recognize how far you've come and whether or not you want to continue to take that stuff with you or not. I recommend not. Learn from it. Again, everybody learns at their own time. Everybody heals at their own time. But I don't want you sitting there beating yourself up for choices and decisions, okay? Because you needed to go through all of that stuff to get to this place of now. Think about it for a moment, right? If this stuff is coming up in your consciousness and you're starting to question your decisions and choices, and this is where that one foot is still in the past and the other foot is in the present or soon to be new cycle, or in the new cycle as we're beginning, you know what I mean? If you're in this place right now where you're questioning that, right? What does that mean? That means you're aware. You're awakened. If you were not awakened, you wouldn't be questioning those decisions and choices or those experiences, right? It would just continue to continue in the same energy and moving forward. You're questioning it. That means you're aware of it. The challenge is now overcoming it, healing it, trusting yourself enough to know that those experiences are not defining who you are. They're just helping you learn lessons to use and take and make your strength so that you can move forward and evolve in this new cycle. Those lessons, those choices, those decisions, they're going to help you know what it is that you want and what you don't want. The challenge again is stepping out of your own way and allowing yourself to make those changes and to heal them. And I know it's scary as hell not knowing what's going to happen next, but it's exciting as well. It's like, wow, all that stagnant old stuff that I don't want to be in no more, I'm so done with. I am so ready and excited for this new beginning. One step at a time. One step at a time. So you're being bombarded right now with a lot of old stuff, things that are surfacing. But just know they're surfacing for a reason, because the universe wants you to clear it heal it so that you can take the next steps into moving forward. When you clear it and heal it, you're going to have more clarity, mental clarity. You're going to know what it is that you want to do. You know, when you get that mental clarity, it's like, okay, let me write down, this is what I want to change. This is what I would like to see. Projects and things that you've been holding off on because you weren't trusting yourself to do them. You can start taking the baby steps to create them. Okay, all these things that you always thought about wanting to do that you never did, this is your perfect opportunity to start taking the steps to doing them. They came into your consciousness for a reason. You wanting to create these projects or create this stuff or this life or do these things for a reason. Don't fear it. Don't let it block and stop you. Take that strength and take those baby steps to start moving forward. And things will start to take place for you. We start thriving. We start thriving. So let's say you were in a place of lack before. And now you're in this semi-awareness or aware, awakened state. And it's like, I understand now that it was really my own mental energy and thoughts that were stopping me and keeping me in that thought form, okay? In that negative thought form of lack. You know, it's also conditioning and beliefs from parents and grandparents and great-great-parents, you know what I mean, ancestors along the line. That's something that's repeated over and over and over. But when you get to this place right now of being aware, you're going to understand that, all right? You're going to understand that. And you're going to look at that and you're going to say, no, I'm not happy in that life anymore. And I guarantee you, if you look back in your past, you're going to have memories of the things that you would have always liked for yourself, that you would have wanted to happen for yourself, projects that you wanted to create, jobs that you would have liked to do. This is your opportunity to start creating that world. Okay? Synchronicities. Things are going to start showing up in your life. When we become awakened, you're going to start to get these synchronicities that are going to show up in your life to remind you of, do you remember when you thought about this and how you wanted this to be this way? Do you remember those happy memories that you had in your mind and how you would like your life to be? Do you remember the job and the passion that you had in the past about something that you thought that you would love for yourself that you forgot about because of all of that other stuff? That's going to be brought back into your consciousness, okay? Everything that was a positive thought, creation in our mind that we thought about in the past, that is in alignment with what it is that we're supposed to be doing moving forward, they're going to start to show up. So not only is all the old shit from your past going to show up, because that's just, and it's going to come all at one time, it's all the old stuff is going to come up all in one time, because again, we're starting a new cycle. So it's the universe's way of saying, okay, look at this. Do you see this? Do you want to stay in this? Or you want to change it? Then you're going to be shown synchronicities, signs are going to start to appear of things that you thought of that were like positive, happy, joyful times, right? That made you feel good, made your soul soar with joy, right? Those things are going to come up into your consciousness as well. Awareness. You're going to see signs. You're going to see synchronicities. And then you're going to get like that, oh, wait. I thought about doing that, but I forgot about it because I let all this other stuff block me. That's the universe's way of showing you now. Again, this is where we go back to one foot in the past, one foot in the future. Okay? It's the past and the future colliding, right? Present as well. Because present, we need to be present, right? Starting with the present is what's going to help us move forward. Okay? So coming back into the present moment, which is what these thoughts are. Bringing you into the moment, into the present moment, to show you what needs to be changed and what it is that your soul really wants you to do, what you're supposed to be doing to continue to evolve, right? It's just, again, stepping out of our own way and letting go of the fear of doing it. You take those baby steps, you start to put the wheels in motion, and here comes the universe and starts co-creating with you. Why? Because it's in alignment with what it is you're supposed to be doing. It is in alignment of bringing you closer and closer to your truth and who you are. And I'm not saying that we're not going to have negative things that happen from this point on. But the difference is you're at an awakened state now. You're going through an awakeness, awareness, right? You're going to know when these things show up, negative or, you know, challenges and lessons, experiences or lessons. And you're going to recognize that. And you're going to be like, okay, this is just another lesson. And you're going to learn it quicker. You're going to be able to get rid of it quicker. Okay? Because why? We're in a state of awareness now. We understand why it's happening. All right? So this stuff that's coming up into your consciousness right now, your awareness right now, there's a lot, and it's heavy. It's old shit that you thought you got rid of. It's like coming back up again. Here comes my insecurities. Here comes my feelings about this person, that person, my family, my this, my that, all these things that I suppressed. It's coming at me full force. What? No way. I thought that I healed this stuff. No, you didn't. You suppressed it. If you healed it, it would be coming back up again. Or if it came up, you wouldn't have this mental conflict over it. It would come up and you would have peace with it if it was healed, okay? So, it's coming up full force again. It's the universe's way of saying, clear that old shit so that you can begin your new life. You have the strength and courage to do it. You just have to allow yourself to trust the process, all right? And let it happen the way that it's supposed to. Allow it to unfold without the fear holding you back. And I know that's easier said than done because fear really takes a lot of energy. It really feels really real. Although it's false because it's our own creation, right? So again, I went on and on and on. It's already, damn, I did it again. But that's okay. It's okay. I guess you needed to hear it, right? All right, so one more. Oh, you know what? I think I want to start with my... I got this beautiful deck that I called to me. It's called the Quantum Oracle deck. All right? I'm going to pull from this deck. And then we're going to pull an affirmation. And we're going to close it out. And I hope that it didn't overwhelm you. I hope more that you're understanding why all of this stuff is happening the way it is and why we feel we're at a crossword and why we feel like one foot is in the past and one foot is in the future, the new cycle. Why we're questioning our choices and decisions. You know, it's all for us to reflect back on all of the changes that you've gone through. And again, if you didn't question all of that stuff at this point, you wouldn't be awakened. You wouldn't be aware. So look at it more as a blessing that it's coming up into your awareness, because that's the universe also showing you that look how far you've come. Now you need to let it stay there. Let it stay in the past. Don't bring it with you into your future. Heal all of that. Let it go. Let it go. Surrender it. Okay. All right, Spirit. So what is the message for the collective? What does the collective need to? You guys are amazing. You're so amazing. Know that you're amazing. You're amazing. We are amazing. Do not let anything or anyone dim your light, please. You are a shining, bright light. You have the power to create whatever you want. And it will happen once you let go of the fear. Again, false experiences appearing real. Illusions, masks. That stuff is all coming down in this new cycle. That shit was shown to us in 2019. And it's going to continue to show us in the first half of this new year. But it's for us to shed it, clear it, remove it, see the reality, the truth, I should say, not the illusion, the bigger picture. We have to see the bigger picture, and we can only see the bigger picture when we are in complete power, in our own power, and speaking our truths. because then it's going to be clear. We're going to gain that mental clarity from all of that when we are in that space. And again, everybody heals at their own pace, so don't be hard on yourself if you're maybe not at the same place someone else is. Again, you can't compare yourself to anybody else's healing, because we all heal at our own pace, right? All right, so let's see. I can't believe that I went over an hour again. It's okay. It is okay. Why I'm shuffling. Know that if you have any questions, that you can always send me. Ooh, no, that's too many. That slipped. Okay. It's way too many. Oh, Lord. Oh, my goodness. Okay. As I was saying, you could always reach out to me. You can send me an email to Reikibyisabella@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Reiki by Isabella. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I'm going to do more healing videos. I think it's going to help people understand and the things that you can do to help yourself, you know, strap you with some tools to get through life. That's my objective. That's the goal. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm supposed to do. Help you. I want to help you so that you can be the amazing, amazing, amazing person that you are meant to be. I don't know why these cards are taking a long time. Come, Spirit. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Come. Yes, Spirit. Oh, this song keeps popping in my head. I think it's Mary J. Blige. Ain't Nobody. I think it's called Ain't Nobody. I might even try to sing it for you, but I don't even know if that's the name of it. But it's Ain't Nobody. Ain't Nobody. I'm not gonna try to sing it. I think it's Mary J. Blige. I love her. She got some real songs, like real truthful songs that are true, like deep, deep. That is one, I believe, evolved divine feminine for sure. She's been through it. You know who else I think is a divine? And we all, you know, everyone is. We'll get to that, you know, at certain points in our lives. But evolved, I feel, is The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. I feel like he's a true evolved divine masculine. Yeah, he gives back. He's learned a lot. He's been through a lot. Very sensitive, caring, loving person. And my condolences to Dwayne for the loss of his dad. I know he's been going through it. Look at me, sounding like I know him personally. Don't. Well, that'd be a dream come true, right? But I love him anyway. Alrighty. I love you too. Alright. Here we go. Alrighty. Here we go. Ain't nobody. Ain't nobody love me better. Is it Mary J. Blige? Maybe it's not Mary J. Blige. I'll have to look. I'll have to look. Now I'm curious. I'm curious. I'm sorry. I am so sorry that this is taking longer than I expected. Okay, come on now, Spirit. But let's go. Let's connect. clear. Connect. Here we go. Well, maybe this deck doesn't want to be known today. Yeah, I guess it does want to be known. So this is the intentions of section of this deck, and it is taking steps. Taking steps. Just what we've been talking about. It's just starting to take those baby steps that will lead you where you need to be, where you're supposed to be, right? It's when you take the steps, you are actually starting to put things into motion, all right? It starts to come into fruition, but you got to take the steps to start it, right? Like I said, once you are taking the steps to create what it is that you need to create for yourself, and you'll know it, whatever it is that you're supposed to create, because it'll feel good to you, okay? And like, again, it can be synchronicities that have been showing themselves to you. Again, and synchronicities are just reminders or wake-up calls to help us remember what we set our what we are supposed to be doing. You know, at the time we're supposed to, you know, we don't always know the synchronicities when they're going to happen, right? But the synchronicities are leading up to the time that they're supposed to happen. And that's why there's so many synchronicities becoming so clear now, because, and again, it's stuff that's going to come up in your consciousness of things that you thought of, that you would have liked to do, things that made you happy that you forgot about, all right? And if it's being brought up again, it's just the universe's way of saying, do you remember when you said that you wanted to do this and how it made you feel? Right? So let's do it again. Let's do it. Let's get it started. Let's take the baby steps. Let's take the steps to create that, because it didn't come up for no reason. There's a reason for everything. A reason for everything. All right, sorry. I'm talking too much. That's the Gemini in me. I'm sorry. Okay, intentions. Number 4. Number 4. Taking steps. Taking the steps. Okay. I know I keep playing around with my hair. Okay. So, taking steps. Moving forward. That's exactly what taking steps are, right? Taking those steps to move forward and get the wheels in motion to bring that into existence and fruition. A woman is ascending. Let's show it to you. A woman is ascending stairs that lead up to a beautiful sunlit palace. This card is telling you that there are some steps you must be ready to take in order to move forward to your goals. Now is the time to identify the specific tasks necessary to accomplish your desires. You may have been on this journey for some time, but you are ready to consider a wider perspective and try a new approach. It's a good time to stop and take stock of where you are, how you got here, and which direction you want to go next. Your move forward may concern something personal, like a new diet or even mental changes. It could also be moving forward to a new job, a creative endeavor, or business venture, or perhaps a new place to live. But there's an inner energy at work here. You are preparing to take steps into the unknown. So plan your next move and muster up your courage. You're ready to advance. Can't make this stuff up. Cannot make this stuff up. And that's what we were talking about, right? The stuff that's coming up now, where we're really feeling challenged and we're really feeling so much mental conflict over. It's being brought up so that we can reflect on it. And just like I said in this, you know, the intentions for it, it's coming up to in your consciousness so you can reflect on it. See how far you've come. What works for you, what doesn't work for you, what you want, what you don't want. You're not going to know that if you don't reflect on where you were, so that you know where you're going, right? And the only way we know where we're going is when we become aware of where we were. Okay? I like that. Okay. Where works through me. What can I tell you? All right, so I just want to do one more thing, leave you guys with a positive affirmation, all right? And we will end this 1 hour and 20-minute video. So, as I was saying before, you can reach out to me if you want to send me an email at Reikibyisabella@gmail.com. Again, you can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook, Reiki by Isabella. I also have a podcast, an Anchor podcast, which is Reiki by Isabella as well. And of course, my YouTube channel. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. I will so appreciate it. Thank you so much. And you can visit my website as well, Isabella-Reiki.com, to see the type of services that I offer. And I do offer Distance Reiki sessions now as well. And there's a bunch of new services that I'm going to be offering. So I will be placing those on my website as I develop them. I already have an idea what it is that I want to do, but taking the baby steps to create it and bring it into fruition. Baby steps, right? 1 foot out, 1 foot in. We want to take both feet and move forward. That's the challenge. Step in and move forward. No looking back. The past is the past for a reason. Look in your present. What's present, happening in your present life, and what to look forward into your future life. What you want to create for yourself. The past is the past, and we need to get rid of the past. Let go of the past in order for us to move forward. It's so important. We can look back in the past for, let's say, memories, lovely memories about loved ones, or beautiful things that we went through in our lifetime. And that's okay. If you want to go back and remember those things, you should, because it's going to bring you into a heart-centered place of love, remembering it, So that's okay. As long as we don't keep living in the past, right? Because the past is the past. We have to jump in full force and move forward, because that's what we're here for, all right? You guys are awesome. Yes, you are. All right, sorry, here we go again. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Ain't nobody loves me better. I guess that's it. Maybe I got the artist wrong. I don't know. Oh, okay, here we go. It just popped out. I swear. I am telling you, Spirit does not play. When they want me to channel and they want me to make a point, they always confirm it and validate it with an oracle message that I pick, or an affirmation that I pick. Okay, or not even pick. That kind of just jumps up. So this one is, let's put the glasses back on again. Here we go. My future looks vibrant and filled with promise. Yes, sir. Look at that. Look at that. My future looks vibrant and filled with promise. Right? Yeah, just don't be afraid. Step out of your own way. I'm telling you, that's the universe telling you. It's all going to come together. Everything is going to unfold in your highest and greatest good, if you believe in yourself and trust that it will. Okay? So everyone, I'm going to let you go. Long video. But again, when I channel a channel, time is fluid, right? It's not even time. It's fluid. And when a message has to come through, it has to come through. Add it with my Gemini traits. It can go on forever. All right, everyone, have a wonderful evening. I love you all. Have an amazing, amazing evening. Bye.